What's up, y'all? It's DJDURL for another episode of Fatherhood Fraternity.
Against all odds, mama, I made it. You already know it's your favorite. I'm living my dreams, mama, I made it.
So this episode is the fatherhood highlight episode. So I had my dude Justin. We sat and spoke about his side of fatherhood, his story, what makes him want to be a good father, leave a great legacy, and some of the hardest parts of being a father. It's a lot of gems that new fathers should hear, and I think that a lot of people would just respect his story and his point of view. I ain't worried about that.
But you know how people do. They be like, excuse mom. Like, yo, this is just how we living, bro. Brittany probably be pissed if I show the room. So just
I ain't gonna show.
Keep the shoes.
So I got to see the shoe collection face to face. It's crazy. Like, the dope thing about his shoe collection is that most of the shoes that he buys has a story behind it. Like this Question 1 that you see right here. This Iverson, he was able to go to Reebok and get his own made. He added the logo, his son's name on the eyelets, the colors, everything. That's his own shoe. And that's something that's a sneakerhead's dream. Reebok actually sent him another shoe with his nickname on it. They sent an autographed Iverson low top with the red toe. But what I'm going to be highlighting today is the father behind the sneakers.
Alright, so this is Justin Wooden, aka J Wood. Instagram, Twitter, all that is Who Is J Wood. You can find me on YouTube as well at Who Is J Wood.
So how old is your son?
3.
So what do you feel is the best part of being a father?
The best part about being a father is my dad wasn't there at all, like for me and my sister. So growing up, the whole time it's just like, whenever I get this swing at bat, I'll be damned if I ever mess up this opportunity. Well, the best part is just living with my kid, you know, being with him every day. Like, the bond that I have with my son is crazy. If you want to do it, you're going to do it. And I just think the sad part is a lot of people don't want to do it. If you want to do it, it's going to take you on some twist.
Is there any advice or anything you would say to new fathers?
I would say my advice would be, not necessarily to new fathers, but people who came up without a father in their life is just remember what it was like not having your parents. Like, I always had my mom. My mom was damn good. But on the other hand, don't nothing replace having a dad. And you don't realize how important having a dad is until you become a man. And not a teenage young man, but you know, once you in your mid-20s, you start realizing, like, dad, ain't nobody showing me that. I ain't never just felt like, man, I feel like quitting. I've never had that feeling, because especially like with my medical situation, I know any day could be my day. I make the most of all my time. And now when I have my son every morning, and it's time to get up, get dressed, eat, get ready for school, it's like, that's kind of like, it's just my fuel. Like, I understand how my mom was doing that for me and another person. Like, how did you do that? Because me personally, I run around like a madman for one.
What would you think? That was a really good answer too. What do you think is probably the hardest part of being a father?
As human beings, I think we're all, like, I don't care how macho like men try to portray themselves to be. Everybody is vulnerable to something or some type of situation. And if you have your child all around the clock, like, there's times where they with you all the time. They might catch you in a vulnerable moment. You want to be your child's superhero, and you don't want to expose those feelings sometimes. So I think the hardest part is trying to keep that perception to them. I think when you got your own, when your kid is looking at you, like, I know you know the feeling. Like, when your daughter looks at you, it's a set of eyes looking at you in a way that no set of eyes has ever looked at you before.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when my son looked at me, but my perception is like, everything I need comes from you, and only you. I don't know if you're not going to have it or if you are going to have it, but everything I need comes from you. And I never forgot that look, because now my son can express himself now. So I may be asleep in the morning and he may wake up before me. He'll go get his iPad, but he's standing right over me like, Dad, where my muffins? and if I don't got the muffins, if we don't have any more muffins, he don't want to hear we don't have no more. All he want to hear is I'll go get him.
So what is that? All right, that's more than 4. That's Reese. You got the.
That I walked in there, they had that I said,
man, that got his name written all over it, man. I'm telling you.
Is that mine?
yes, that's all yours.
Yeah, the hardest part about being a parent is remaining that rock that they see you as. We all humans and we all vulnerable to situations. And if your kid is there all the time, like it's times when me and my wife would be, we not even fighting, we debating on something, but the way he see it is we fighting. And he'll start yelling like, "What are y'all doing?" I'm like,
what do you want your legacy to be?
I want you to know that I never quitted on him. Like I never gave up on him. I want my son to know that I'm never going to quit on him. Like that's not an option. I mean, there are other alternatives to try to get other things, to going about getting stuff done, but quitting is not. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to get stuff done. And as long as I'm here and I'm able to be a resource to my son, I'm always going to be a resource. I'm not going to never not be available. And as long as he knows that, that's cool. I want to fight long enough where my son can say, even if my dad didn't deliver, I know he didn't deliver probably just because he couldn't. But I know if he could, he would. I can say that about my mom. My mom dropping anything. Like, I done been on her deathbed. My mom like, their job. I'll get another job, but I ain't gonna get another you.
Right.
I know my mom is, long as she's an available resource, she's an available resource. It's not a matter of her not wanting to be around. I want my son to believe that. So until he believes that, then I'll do my job.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
For sure.
I'm going to keep highlighting fathers because Fatherhood Fraternity is not just my story. So it's a lot of fathers out here that have a story that can be told and be learned from. So I hope you enjoyed this.
Against all odds, mama, I made it. You already know it's your favorite.